What's up, everybody, and welcome back to One Man's Opinion. Today, we've got a trailer reaction. I know I've been talking a lot in my other videos about some of the upcoming stuff that I've got. I promise it's still on the way, but every now and again, you know, something throws me a curveball. There's something cool I want to react to or something cool that happens that I want to discuss on the channel, and so I just kind of plug it in and just, you know, bump everything else back a spot. So if you were looking for something else coming down the pipeline, one of my other videos, don't worry, they're still coming and should be coming decently soon. But for today, one of the first videos I ever did was a Cobra Kai review, and so to see now that Season 4 trailer is dropping, I'm super excited about it. I don't know whether to put my thoughts on Cobra Kai at the beginning of this trailer or toward the end. I think I'll just wait. Let's go ahead and get into the reaction for now. We got Johnny's Mixtape 4. Here we go.
If Johnny and I can actually work together and we win, Cobra Kai will be
This is pretty cool.
We gotta take things to the next level. Eagles do not respond. They swoop down and take whatever they want.
I'm going to go ahead and say right here, that looked just a little choppy, didn't it? Like the movements didn't look natural. A lot of what's good in this show is you have really good and then not so good fight choreography. Some of the fights look really good. They look really cool. They've got a lot of energy and everything is really crisp. The movements are really crisp. And then others sometimes are pretty beat up and they look like, you know, the guy throws the block before the kick really comes. You know, it looks very choreographed. This looked a little too choreographed to me on first reaction.
Eagles do not respond.
Yeah,
they swoop
yeah.
down.
Did you see how late that block for that punch? That punch was never going to hit Daniel. Danielson, wax on, wax off. But the wax on came much too late. If had been real fight, Danielson punched in the face for sure right here, but luckily his strike about a foot and a half from Danielson's face. No need, wax on. Did you see that?
Swoop down.
It just didn't look real good.
First, you gotta learn how to fly.
Come on, we're gonna get sued here.
Sue me for what? Tighten that cord.
Best stuff in Cobra Kai is Johnny's makeshift training practices. The things that he makes his kids do for practice are genuinely just so much fun to watch. It's a blast, and so much of it it's just so ridiculous. I love it.
Our enemies are working together.
Danielson teach Johnny wax on, wax off. He wax on and wax off. There we go. All right. I like to see, you know, Johnny getting some of the old Mr. Miyagi training here. That's really cool. This is the kind of stuff everyone's been very anxious, I think, to see, is when Daniel and Johnny finally, it's been teased, you know, and they never can quite get on the same page. I love to see them finally getting on the same page here. Yeah.
They are combining their styles to beat us. But there is only...
That's pretty cool. The baseball we're seeing Daniel getting some of that old school Cobra Kai training going. So that's pretty cool, man. I'm really excited about this.
But there is only one way, and the only other person who knows how to teach Cobra Kai is you.
Wow.
Now we're talking.
They're really bringing everybody back.
You missed this, don't you?
Okay, now's a good time for me to say this. This is what I was going to say in the opener. I love this. I love that everyone is coming back. Now we've got like a 2-on-2 thing, you know, and I love seeing all the old faces from the old movies, and all that's really great. And I'm going to say this, and y'all are going to be like, oh, he's hating. And no, I'm not. But I really do think, as awesome as this season is, I hope it's the last season. And I know that's crazy to say. I really want this show to go out on top. And I've had mixed reviews on some of the past seasons, but I've always enjoyed them. I've always enjoyed watching them a whole lot. Even the seasons I didn't think that were as good, I still really enjoyed watching them. But I'm so afraid that this series is going to get into a place where it's trying too hard to continue the story, and all of the drama starts feeling very, very forced. You already got some of that in season 3, and TV shows that go too long always run into that problem where it's like forced drama, forced problems that could easily be hashed out with like a simple conversation that they just never say like the one thing they could say that would literally fix a whole season's worth of problems. That's very frustrating to me because it's bad storytelling. And that's what I love about television and movies and all mediums of storytelling is I love the story, and I love a good story that makes sense. And there's so much good here that they're pulling back from, especially in the early seasons and even up until this season. They're pulling these things from the old movies, and all of it, most of it, makes a lot of sense. Johnny's resentment to Daniel and Daniel's resentment to Johnny, all those things that kicked this series off made a lot of sense. I'm just afraid that if we get into like a 5th and a 6th season, it's going to be like just kind of a repetitive thing. The kids are going to get older, so you're going to have to bring in new kids, and the drama is going to be like super, super forced. So I'm hoping that this is like the finale. Maybe you could squeeze out one more season of this. I just don't want to see them go so far with it that the show isn't good anymore. I would rather a show end on a high note than drag it out too far to where it loses what was special about it, if that makes any sense. That's just my take.
I just want to make sure this time we win.
To beat the enemy, show me wax on, wax off. It helps to know the enemy's playbook.
Balance is crucial.
Okay, so you got the former Miyagi-Do going in and teaching. So it's going to be a lot of crossover of techniques, which if done well, when it comes to a head, when everyone gets to the tournament, if done well, that will be a really cool thing to watch as different techniques are like thrown out mid-fight and one switches from one style to the other. I think that'll be really cool. So I hope it's done. I hope it's done really well.
Man can't stand. He can't fight.
You sure do get a whole lot of, and I know they're just sparring here, but you sure do get a whole lot of like old guys beating up teenagers in this show. And I'm here for it. That's not a complaint. I think it's great, man. It's one of my favorite things about this show, honestly. I know they're just sparring here, and it's not like a real fight, but still, it's pretty funny.
Daniel LaRusso.
Does it really come down to this? Johnny Lawrence playing second fiddle?
I just want what's best for Miguel and all of your students.
So now you know what's best for Miguel. Circle around.
I don't want forced drama. That hints to me. I know that the bad guys are going to try to get into the minds of the good guys, Johnny and Daniel, and try to force a split, a divide there. You know, that way that divide and conquer, that kind of thing. Just hope they don't. I just don't want them to go so far with it. It's okay to have drama. It's okay to have those moments. I just hope it's not like a huge blow up, where something so small ruins the big thing. I know I'm probably taking that thought process way too far, but it's just a fear of mine. I really want this to do good. It comes from a place of love for this series. I really want it to do well. I want season 4 to be really good. If there's a season 5, okay, but I want it to go out on a high note. And so little things like that scare me a little bit.
Your whole life, wait for problems to show up at your doorstep.
You cannot strike first with this guy.
You just don't want to admit there's always been a little Cobra Kai in you.
Everybody thinks their way is the only way.
Hold up now. What did I say there?
Everybody thinks their way is the only way.
Okay, I thought I saw something else. It's okay.
My dad, Cobra Kai. The truth is, it doesn't matter which way you fight as long as it works.
No fighting until the...
I was wondering where Hawk was. I hadn't seen much of Hawk in this trailer, and there he was. You got a brief glimpse of it. Looks like we got all the old returning faces and a few new faces, so that's cool. I hope Miguel gets back to 100%. Was he by the end of the last one? It's been a while. I hadn't seen the last season in a while. I need to refresh myself. But he wasn't quite to 100% by the end of the last one, was he? Maybe he was. Maybe he was back to 100%. But anyway, I love Miguel. I think he's a great character.
It doesn't matter which way you fight as long as it works.
No fighting until the tournament.
We'll settle this on the mat.
She always looks like she is about to just cry, right? Doesn't she always look like she's on the verge of just like not only crying but snapping a little bit? I mean, look at her. She looks like I could actually break your neck. I could actually break. Given the opportunity, it would not be above me to actually give you a Jean-Claude Van Damme neck snap. It's good. I guess you could say that's good acting because she's an angry person.
It's time to step into the future. This proposal will revolutionize the tournament. By a show of hands.
God help us all.
Welcome to the 51st annual All Valley
No way they're bringing.
You
think they're bringing weapons in?
Tournament.
You think that that's the revolutionary turn? Is that they're going to be allowed to use like weapons? Obviously not like, you could actually stab, but sort of like in fencing, or something like that. Or, you could bring in like a bow staff, or different martial arts weaponry. Like we saw a guy with size there. So I just, that would be kind of crazy, right? That would be actually nuts. I don't know if that's what they're talking about, and I probably missed something. You guys let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, let's talk about this just a little bit, and I'll let you guys get out of here. Okay, well there it is, my reaction to the new Cobra Kai Season 4 trailer. I'm really excited, guys, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from with some of my concerns for the series, but just understand that it comes out of a place that I really do genuinely love this property. I love this series. I think it's really, really cool, and I think some of the things that they've done with this series has been absolutely brilliant. They've had some misses in the seasons, and you can watch my reviews on this channel if you want to. They've had a few moments that I thought were not the best, and a few misses, but ultimately I dig it. I really do. I dig it, and so I'm super excited. I think this Season 4, I think if I remember correctly, Season 3 was my least favorite season. Not that I didn't like it, but that just, I really loved everything that's come before it, and it had a slight drop-off, if I remember correct. But I remember also saying that Season 4, at the time, even before seeing the trailers, fresh off of watching Season 3, I remember saying that I think Season 4 has the potential to be the best season that we've seen. Even though I didn't care for Season 3 as much, I think it set up a lot of cool things for Season 4. And having seen this trailer, I am re-energized for that thought process. I really do believe that what we have here is real potential for the best season of Cobra Kai. And if it has a good ending, I hope that it ends here. I really do. As much as I love it, I would, too much of a good thing can become a bad thing if you're not careful with the property. And I hope that if it goes into a Season 5, that they are writing in an intelligent way, in a way that makes sense for the characters, in a way that makes sense for the story. That's all I want. I just want a good story told and an entertaining story told. And that's what it's given us so far. So I'm super excited. Season 4 looks amazing. I think it's going to be a blast. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. I've kept you long enough. Did you agree with my opinions of Cobra Kai? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. Just remember, don't get mad. It's all just one man's opinion. Thanks.